You are, it seems, a man of many skills. A rare combination.
Approximately, how much do you make a week?
Yo, what's good, guys? I know I'm really excited to make this video, but I know that some of you guys are probably wondering, like, yo, what the heck, man? This guy's been talking about stocks for so long. Like, I wonder how the hell he's doing. So I thought I would make this video on how I've been doing from March 2020, when I put all my savings in the market, until now. So I wanted to just preface for you guys, I studied a lot and was investing in index funds before I put all my money in the market in March. So I had a very solid understanding of like what I was doing, not only technical wise, but fundamental wise too. But I learned so much over the year, really focusing in. So I'm really excited to make this video because I really think it proves hard work and working smart pays off. So I'm going to get into it just real soon. I just wanted to let you guys know though, I really don't feel too comfortable posting the actual numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to post the percentage value that I actually gained. Now what I did was I calculated all the money that I contributed to my TFSA, and then I put that on the one side, and then I put on the other side of it what I compounded that into as of March 3rd, 2021. So I'm excited. I think I did pretty well for like my first year diving into individual stocks. It makes me really excited to look forward like for the next few years, man. Like I'm looking forward for the growth, the opportunities, and I'm really just looking forward to continuously getting better and better each and every day, because that's like what I really focused on throughout the past year. So I'm going to get into what I did right, what I did wrong, how I could have did better, and I'm also going to show you just maybe a couple holdings that really made a big difference into getting a bigger return, like when I look back after that year. So stay tuned, we're going to get into it right now. So a few things that I realized in 2020 that really started working for me with this stock picking stuff was obviously technical analysis. That was the first key that I used that helped me realize you have an edge. It was being able to identify certain patterns in the market and knowing how to play them. So of course, being able to spot certain things was so beneficial, but what really helped was identifying sectors that had a buzz in it. So for example, the sports gambling sector, I was able to make some money off of stocks like DraftKings, Penn Gaming, SCR, because I already knew that the sector was hot and that there was a lot of momentum in that category. So I went stock picking in that category and picked the ones that I noticed had the best technicals. I had some plays on the marijuana stocks that were going up because US legalization rumors, right? I also had some plays on crypto. So Galaxy, which I'm going to show you guys in a bit, my holdings of Galaxy, plays like that really helped me because I was able to get a bunch of shares at a cheap price and then ride that trend for a long time. So for those of you who don't know, I consider myself a trend following trader who uses chart patterns to basically trade the momentum of stocks. For those of you who might think, damn, that's confusing, that doesn't make sense. I basically only invest in uptrending stocks, and then I look for patterns that statistically show I'm more likely to get price movement in that same direction. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just honing in to stocks that give me some sort of setup I like, which gives me like a high probability favor to the upside. So that's all I was really doing. That's what I really noticed helped me so much. So I'll show you Galaxy and maybe a couple other examples, but in general, that's pretty much what I did that helped me. And I was able to do that consistently. So I would stick to that and only try to find those good setups with hot sectors, good chart patterns, and then good fundamental thesis behind it. And then you're pretty much really likely to get some momentum in that direction. Now, of course, it didn't always work out. I took some losses along the way. Another thing I really thought I did well was I was able to take losses right away, no question. Like if I seen a loss happen right away, I would just take the loss. I also did really good at managing my capital and shuffling it around in my accounts. So whenever a stock or a sector was moving heavy, I would put majority of my money into that hot sector or those few stocks that were doing really well in my account. And the ones that were maybe stalling, I would cut off some of those shares. If I like really like a company, but it was doing like some bear action, I would cut down the amount of shares I had on that stock and I would put that money into a stock that was performing better for me. So of course I would take into consideration technical indicators that really helped, but being able to shuffle your money on the fly and have a good keen eye for which stocks and what sectors were hot is essentially the key to my success in the past year that I seen. A few different things that I probably could have improved on now that I look back in hindsight. I could have probably done a bit better on waiting for confirmation on my setup. So a lot of the times I like to get in a little bit earlier than the confirmed breakout. Like I'll buy in the apex of a triangle instead of waiting for the breakout. I can make mistakes because of that because I don't get that very first confirmed breakout. So it happened to me a couple times, like on MTRX, I got faked out and then I had to take a loss. Taking the loss as soon as it happens is the best thing to do, and that's what I notice has actually helped me save money. And it sounds counterintuitive because you're losing money in the moment, but at the same time I've seen so many times where I would stop myself out of a trade and then the price would continue going. So if I was holding on to it, I would have been losing more money, which you really don't want to do. Like what I'm starting to notice is that you want to cut your losers as short as possible and you want to add money to the stocks that are winning. Like that's what works out the best. And as you start to hone these tools and strategies that you find, you're gonna realize there's a significant edge into doing this stuff, which is awesome. Another thing I noticed I need to get better at doing is incorporating a more macro fundamental thesis into some of my plays. So for example, shout out to Eric because this dude is mad smart when it comes to investing in the stock market. For example, tech stocks are being heavily hit right now. And what we're seeing is a lot of money is being basically cycled into value and growth stocks and potential reopening plays. So that rotation of money, being just aware of that is very key. So something I want to work on in the coming years is being spot on with the sectors that money is flowing into and sector ETF flows. So I started to get a little bit better at it and it's helped along the way, but I need to master that, and that's something that I feel like will be best to work on because it gives you such an edge. You'll be able to express your investments at a better rate in a more clever way, if you see what I'm trying to say. Like you could be using options to play spreads. You can use options to get you a larger amount of gain for a smaller move in the market, like just using leverage in a smart way. Like there's different ways you could express your breadth when it comes to investing, and I feel like that's something I should probably work on as well in the coming years. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna get into the nitty-gritty details on finding specific stocks that can give you massive returns and knowing when to bet large on them. So for me, this was probably one of the first plays and one of the largest plays where I had like a strong conviction and I backed it with large size, which helps your account grow significantly. For example, here on Galaxy, this was back in October, late October, November. I noticed this cup and handle pattern. So I had it drawn up something like this, and then I had the handle coming downward like this. So what I did was I got like 16 to 18, I think it was around maybe 2,000 shares actually of Galaxy in this range. And all I did was I swung the trade, and as I started to learn more and more about the sector, Bitcoin, and how Galaxy is trying to implement their company strategy in the space, as I learned more about those things, I gained more and more conviction on the trade, so it helped me swing the trade for longer. So I bought like a bunch of shares down here, and on the way up, I sell some shares. So I know I sold some shares around $12. I think I sold 500, and then I sold another 500 the other day around $16, and now I have like 1,000 shares left. So this holding alone has helped me a lot in building up my account. Now I've done similar things multiple times with names like SCR, Very, Pen Gaming, a few different names, right? That's just to name a few. Now DeFi. Being able to do this more and more, like, you're gonna realize that like it's all possible. Like chart patterns and strong fundamental conviction behind a play, and there's a lot of money behind all the potential moves that go on, right? So now that I've gotten a lot better with investing and I have more keen of an eye on, like, now that I actually have a Sharingan eye on how to spot opportunities in the market, I realize that like these charts, like, it's pretty much like a money printer. Each chart is its own money printer, and you need to be able to understand how to get an advantage and an edge on extracting money from the chart. Now, you could do that by finding bullish patterns, reading technical analysis. Like, doing all this stuff is what's helped me obtain that 500% that I earned in the past year. So I hope that this video was helpful. I hope this video inspires you to push harder, to learn more, to reach for better, because I know that I got super inspired throughout my journey, and I believe everyone's got their own come up, right? That's why I don't really want to show any numbers or anything, because to be honest, there's so many bigger traders out there who would probably laugh at the numbers that I put up. But at the same time, it's all about the journey. It's not about how much money you have. It's about what you're learning and how you're going to be able to apply it on in the future. Because Lord knows that the confidence I've gained in the past year with my market skills and technical analysis skills, I can confidently say that once I hit $1 million, I will gladly share that with you guys on a video. So cheers, guys. I hope it was helpful, and I'm looking forward to post a lot more in the coming years. Peace.